What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 165 of the Nonsense Review. That's right, we're sharing a spot with the one, the only, Unhexpentium.
Unhexpentium?
So, it has the atomic number of 165 and is an element that doesn't technically exist yet, but scientists know that something like that must exist, but they haven't found it.
Or been able to create it.
Correct. So, that's the atomic number for it. You can look it up. I'm not making it up. 166 has got almost the exact same name, except it's got an N instead of a H. Yeah.
Fair enough. Man, that's actually interesting. I like that.
Oh, well, I'm glad you like that. We've got up to 172 of this is a theoretical thing and this will take the atomic number of this, but we don't know how to make it yet. We don't know how to get it.
Yeah, because they've done quite a few that are over 200 and they exist for a fraction of a second before super decaying, and then someone gets a Nobel Prize for it.
If you say so. I didn't get that on the Wikipedia article because I'm not diving deeper than that. Alternatively, I could have just made a domino fact, but I thought let's try and pretend to look intellectual. Rick, today it's the first episode of This Is the May.
It is, and we're doing something Star Wars related by being actual Star Wars, what I term as the forgotten Star Wars movie.
Yeah, but not quite so forgotten because there was one that came before this that you forgot about.
Yeah, I didn't even know about the other one, man.
But yes, we'll get into that a bit later. Those of you familiar with the podcast know, before we jump into the review itself, we like to talk about our weeks and the goings-on in the wide universe. So, with that in mind, Rick, how's your week been, buddy?
I'm going to keep it short this week. I've been playing a lot of Arch Thrones, mostly with you, and some a little bit on my own on a separate character. It is so magical just going through Dark Souls, a new Dark Souls experience, and this is the first time I've been able to do it with someone else when the other person is also doing it for the first time, and it's great.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't do it for Dark Souls 3, because I did it with the other two.
I got it later.
Ah, that'd be why.
So I didn't get it on release day. The other two did.
One of our friends got it 3 days before the release day, because Amazon sucks like that.
Yeah. So yes, I borrowed it from one or the other of the friends on Steam, and it ran like shit on my laptop, and eventually I bought it on the PlayStation.
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah, by the time I got it, people had already essentially completed the game.
Yeah.
I think, and you were well on your way to a platinum.
The Souls games aren't difficult to platinum. I know people say Dark Souls are hard video games, but if they're not, okay, that's a shitty way of putting it. If once you know how to play the game, the platinums are actually very easy to get.
Sure. Yeah, once you know a high health strength build is pretty good, then that gets you most of the way there. And yeah, it's been great so far. There might be a few things that I'm missing, but I think we're doing pretty well in this, and it's great to see how much people have been able to do with the base game. Some of it, I don't know how they've done it, and just gushing about this. I'm just really excited for the full release, which is probably going to be at least another year.
Probably. For context, what it seems that we've gotten so far is each of the 5 Arc Thrones have got one main boss and one funsy sub-boss, and that's about it.
Yeah, there's 1 or sometimes 2 extra bosses in each zone, and it seems like once you've done the main boss, you can't co-op anymore, which might put a bit of a spanner in the works.
Yeah, that was the thing in vanilla Dark Souls 3. It's just, when I found that fact out, I was like, well, to be fair, I've never tried to co-op after beating a boss before.
True enough. Because it's pointless.
It really is.
But other than that, out in the world, Nintendo have allegedly launched a copyright takedown of all of the Gary's Mod content that uses Nintendo assets.
Oh, this is old news.
Yeah, this is apparently a real takedown, apart from the fact that when people dig into it, the person that's issued the takedown is technically not affiliated with Nintendo.
That's so it's just weird.
It's a real humdinger of weird things going on.
Here's the thing, though, is I kind of get why I'd understand if Nintendo had a go at Gary's Mod, because Nintendo has gone after dumber shit. But
yeah, they have.
Here's the thing: the one wrench in the works for me would be the fact that it was kind of weird that they let it go for so long.
Yeah. I think they're riding the high of shutting down Yuzu.
Yeah, but Yuzu was actual theft.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not against people pirating shit, especially when shit is ridiculous. Either one, ridiculously expensive, and that money does not go to the people making the thing, or two, you buying the thing doesn't mean you own it. In which case, fucking nick it.
Yeah, and this is like a couple of weeks after they shut down the Wii U and the 3DS completely forever. So with those, it's a case of if you don't have the thing, the only way you can get them is to nick it.
But that's exactly my point, though. There's a lot of people who go, "Oh, we're ROMing and emulating games because we want to preserve the media," and it's like for a lot of people, that's not true. What they're doing is they want free shit. However, if you can no longer acquire the shit via official means, then why the fuck would you look down on someone just going, well, it's mine now. I can't buy this, so therefore...
Yeah, especially when you, like something that's digital only, that's the only way you can do it quite often. And,
I mean, case in point, the 3DS shit really grinds my gears, because mine, apart from like free games, my entire 3DS catalogue was connected to the eShop.
Yeah. And like Fire Emblem Fates, you can't get the full experience without the DLC unless you have that one specific thing, which even then it can hit to the eShop.
Yeah, it's I never expected when I purchased those items that there would be a point where I wouldn't be able to re-download them again.
Yeah.
Because even when the PS3 shop went down, it's like you can't buy stuff, but you can still access stuff you bought.
Yeah, you can still re-download things that you own, and they're trying to make things at least accessible for the most part as well, in that if you don't own a PS3 game, chances are that you can still stream it using their streaming service where they have a bunch of PS3s hooked up. It's not perfect. Some would say it's not even good, but I managed to play Disgaea D2 using that when I accidentally
fucking whoopee-doo, Rick. You managed to play a turn-based strategy game.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I used the remote play for on the PlayStation as well when Disgaea 5 was new. Just using that while I was on the train or something.
Yeah, no, the streaming games thing is ridiculous because almost nobody has a reliable enough internet connection to play actual games. I love turn-based strategy games. They are my bread and butter in life. However, they're not a good example to point to good streaming services for gaming because, it's turn-based. It doesn't matter if you drop frames or lag.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, that thing would probably just run on a modern phone anyway.
You can play Civ 6 on a phone.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, you can. Oh, Bill, boy. But yeah, that's enough from me. How about you? What have you seen in the wide world, and how has your week been?
Rick, I haven't watched anime in a long time, but I started watching Dungeon Meshi.
Ah, man. Is it good?
It's very fun. Here's the thing, Rick, is I kind of like cooking animes anyway. This isn't my first rodeo.
Did you watch Shokugeki no Soma?
No, because that was just fucking porn.
Well, yeah, kinda.
No,
a friend of mine who's not into a lot of anime, she told me, she eats the food and she comes.
Yeah, no, it was a very similar concept, actually, the other one that sticks in my mind that I watched. I've forgotten what it was called. It was like a fucking a restaurant in another world or something, and it was just a modern-day restaurant with a really old fucking chef who had a door in his restaurant that connected to loads of different fantasy worlds, and he'd be serving fucking elves and orcs and all sorts of random shit, while also serving regular human people. And the regular human people were like, this is weird, but whatever, the sake's good.
Yeah.
But, Dungeon Meshi's fun, it's cute, it's fluffy, you get the usual, we've got an elf girl in it called Marcille. She does usual elf girl things in that they use her for nudity.
Yep. She's also she's got a lot of the same character design tropes as modern Zelda, in that she's blonde with green eyes in a blue outfit, and her boyfriend is a blonde-haired guy who eats questionable things.
That's not her boyfriend. Or if they go into a relationship, it's later in the anime. At the moment, they do seem to just be friends. If anything, it seems like she's got more of a crush on his sister.
Fair enough.
But she does typical anime things in that all of her reactions to things are over-the-top screams, so much so that when I watched an episode while my mum was in the room, she was like, why is she screaming? I went, don't worry about it.
Because otherwise, how would you know that she was reacting to it?
Like, it's just an anime trope, and it's fine, I get it. I also had to explain why the boy had a deep voice to my mum. My mum was like, he's got a deep voice, and I went, that's a hobbit. That's why he's got a deep voice. He's actually a 50-year-old man.
Yep.
But yeah, the main, I say main character, I think Senshi, the dwarf, is probably the most iconic character, because I think you'll see that character and go, yeah, that's the guy from Dungeon Menshi, which apparently translates to delicious in dungeon.
Yeah.
He just joined the group because the group decided to cook some shit, some monsters, and he was like, oh, fellow connoisseurs, and then helped them out, and then he's like, what are you guys doing anyway? Oh, we're gonna kill this red dragon. I've always wanted to fucking eat a red dragon. Can I join? There is a weird tonal shift. I think you were in the conversation when I mentioned this. This happens in episode 1, so I don't really count it as a spoiler. The very first thing that happens is the main character's sister gets eaten by a dragon.
Ah, okay.
So the quest is to rush down the dungeon into the dragon's lair as quick as possible to try and save her before she's digested, because they think that if someone's digested, they can't be revived.
Right, okay.
Because the rules are not clear about that.
Okay.
But then it takes 8 episodes for them to get down there, and they keep stopping and having orgasms as they eat. But yeah, it's so... Again, the over-the-top anime girl trope for the elf girl is in full effect, where a lot of the comedy comes from the fact that she's always like, that's gross, I don't want to eat it, takes one bite, oh my god, it's delicious.
Yep.
It's a very funny anime. It's very laid back. There's some fight scenes, but it's really not the focus. Like, the fighting is always there to justify why they got the ingredient to cook the thing.
Sure.
But yeah, I recommend it. I'm 9 episodes in. The next episode title is Red Dragon Part 1. So,
okay.
Slight spoiler, I guess. They fight the dragon, and it's a 3-part thing. So that's why I stopped where I stopped, because I was like, I don't know, I want to watch 3 more episodes.
Sure. I think they're up to, like, episode 18 at time of recording.
Yeah, they were 18 when I was watching yesterday. But yeah, today is, as of recording, guys, is the 3rd of May. Just a quick update. Amazing Digital Circus episode 2 is meant to drop at some point today, but it hasn't yet.
Yep. And our next retrospective is going to be on The Bad Batch, which finished last week. 2 days ago.
Yeah, finished 2 days ago for us, but for you guys it would have been last week. And yeah, that's going to be a fun retro.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing I did is I played a game that's been on my to-do list forever. Well, I suppose I played a third of a game.
Okay, what'd you do?
I played the Banner Saga Part 1.
Alrighty, okay.
Yeah, this is a turn-based strategy game, mixed with Oregon Trail. It's a fun Norse setting, but the most interesting thing about it is when you're actually in combat, you've only got 5 stats. It's very easy to manage in that regard. Your life is also your strength.
Sure, okay.
So the higher HP you got, the higher damage you do to enemies.
Right, okay. So it's rather simple that way, I assume.
It's simple, but it's not, because, yeah, you also got armor.
Right, okay.
So in order to do damage to health, you need to have a higher HP/strength than the armor, and any over that goes to the HP. Armor doesn't get taken down any unless you attack the armor.
All right.
And the armor is your armor breaking stat is a lot less than your strength stat, so you can only chip down 1 mate. I built some characters that they do like 5 armor damage a turn, and they are lethal. But you kind of need that when some things have 16 armor, because you just can't damage them.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's a good game. I've started Banner Saga Part 2, and there is a 3rd part as well at some point. So I've still got a lot of game technically to do, but I technically beat a game, so fun times.
Yeah, I remember seeing these when they were, well, not even when they were new. I remember them being old as shit when I when I last saw them. So they come on special quite often.
They do. In fact, the reason why I own the Banner Saga 1, 2, and 3 is because I bought them on sale ages ago on the PlayStation.
Yeah, fair enough.
You ready for some news?
Yeah, let's go.
Coming May 20th is the Fairly Odd Parents reboot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's going to be the animated one and not that weird live-action one that they did.
It is animated. The animation style looks a bit odd, but it'll be fine. It looks like a weird sort of like papier-mâché 3D animated thing, but I'm not doing the art style justice. It does look better than what I'm describing.
Sure, okay.
I don't know how Fairly Odd Parents ended. I haven't watched that show in what feels like 20 years, but crux of it is Wanda and Cosmo are coming back, and they're going to be Fairly Odd Parents to a new kid called Haley.
Okie dokie. That was one of the shows around the time that I wasn't watching too many cartoons, like that along with SpongeBob.
Fairly Odd Parents was a thing that would just be on, and it's like, it's on, time to watch Fairly Odd Parents because I was a child.
Yeah, Danny Phantom is the other one, I guess. All Nickelodeon, weirdly enough.
Danny Phantom was weird because that also missed my sphere of influence, and I don't know why, because I'm pretty sure I was a kid when it was airing.
Yeah, I also didn't know whether or not it was meant to be a spin-off of Fairly Odd Parents because they had the same art style.
Well, that's because it was fucking Butch Hartman, wasn't it? Butch Hartman?
True.
What's the fuck's his name?
That sounds like a name.
Anyway, that's because it was the same fucking
guy.
Director guy, who apparently is a dickhead, but I don't know if that's true or not. That might just be things people say.
Okay, well, I'm putting no stock into the hearsay of the shape of his head.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, about the only thing I can glance from this is, Wanda and Cosmo and Wanda are back, which is a good thing. The new kid has the same tooth gap as Timmy did, and that's about where the similarities end, as far as I can tell.
Sure, so it's not like Timmy's daughter or anything.
I mean, it could be, I guess. We don't really get any information.
Okay.
I doubt it, but, you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, it remains to be seen then.
Rick, if you were stuck in the woods, would you rather encounter a bear or a man?
Oh, shit, yeah, I've seen this. All the women are choosing bear, and all the men are getting upset.
Here's the thing, Rick, is not all the women are choosing bear. All the women who appear in the TikTok video chose bear, because they probably asked hundreds of women, and they picked the ones that chose bear because they thought it would be funnier. That being said, it's such an open-ended question, isn't it?
Yeah, like, you ask a man that, he'd probably rather encounter a bear when he's alone in the woods, because, you know, murderers exist.
I know a bit more about bears than the average Joe, and, like, unless it's a black bear specifically, but again, the question doesn't specify. If it was a black bear, then yeah, I'd take my chances with a black bear because they're pussies. If it was a grizzly bear, or for some odd reason, a polar bear in the woods, you're dead.
Yeah, like the polar bear will actively hunt humans.
Yeah, and a grizzly bear, you're dead.
Yeah.
A sun bear, you're dead. A panda bear, I take the piss out of them, but if it's pissed off, you're dead.
Yeah, I like the idea of pandas in that they've got all the same physical attributes as any other bear, but they just choose to be silly.
They don't choose to be silly, they're just they just want to die out.
Yep.
But, you know, it's one of those where I don't know why people are getting angry over it. It's a fucking hypothetical question, which means fundamentally it's dumb anyway. We know, we do it every fucking week.
Yeah. Sometimes multiple times when we're recording events.
This is true. But, you know, it's one of those where I actually don't know what my answer would be without knowing what type of bear it is.
Yeah, and also there's other bits to the question that you need to know, like, is the other party automatically aggressive? So if it's a human man and you know that they're aggressive, then that's a lot easier to take down than a completely unknown quantity of human man that might be aggressive and you're just letting your guard down.
Well, I think that's part of the point of the question, is that the fact that a lot of women feel unsafe around men in general because they just don't know, and that's part of the ambiguity. The ambiguity towards what type of bear it is what's actually putting me off, because again, if it's a grizzly bear, you've got more chance with the human, because the human has got a good chance of having nefarious intent. It also depends where you are in the woods. Are you on a random hiking trail? Then chances are the human is just a person who's on a hike. Are you deep in the middle of the woods? That's probably a serial killer.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just, it's such a silly thing to get angry at. And because at the end of the day, we already touched upon it. It's a hypothetical question. It's dumb already.
Yeah. They're usually designed to be dumb, so...
Anyway, I just thought I'd bring it up because that's been the talk of... apparently it was a TikTok thing. I don't use TikTok because it rots your brain, but, you know, it happened to enter my sphere because I browse Reddit more than not at all.
Yeah, YouTube Shorts are just as bad, by the way, and I've lost many an hour to that.
Yes, I know, that's why I know TikTok rots your brain, because I lost an hour to YouTube Shorts once, and I went, this is fucking dangerous. I've done nothing with my life for an hour, which is a depressing realization at 31.
Yeah.
Rick, did you know that real men wear diapers?
Do they? Okay, why is this?
This is so fucking weird. Okay. So, do I even need to tell you that it involves red hats?
I don't even know. Like, I don't even know how to respond to that even statement. So, like, okay, like, I'm gonna have to get more context, because I'm aware of, I think they're called TBDLs, where it's, like a diaper fetish thing.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not that, don't worry. No, okay. This is what it is, Donald Trump no longer has control of his faculties. He is an old man and did a fuck ton of coke. So he wears adult diapers. This is a fact that's become known even to the hardcore fan base that is Donald Trump supporters. So, despite the fact they constantly attack the opposition for having an old man being in charge of them, that old man being Joe Biden, they're now going, real men wear diapers in support and solidarity with Donald Trump.
Cheese and biscuit. Oh, boy. It explains why he had a fat ass on a lot of his photos when he was president, though.
It's one of those where I don't want to take the piss of someone being so old that they lose bodily functions. However, there are two things to point out. One, Donald Trump, this is part of his own fault for doing so much unrestricted drugs back when he had access to them.
Yep. And also, it's his own fault for trying to portray this image of strength that he does.
This is exactly my other point, is he is constantly attacking other people for their physical failings. things, which means, hey, guess what? You can't control yourself and constantly shit yourself. Guess what, motherfucker? What comes around goes around. I said that completely wrong, but you know the saying.
Including mocking a disabled person on live TV.
Yeah, well, Trump has got plenty of documented cases of being a dick for no real reason.
Mm-hmm.
And, turnabout's fair play. Also, like, come on. He should be in jail several times over. We're going to take the piss out of your poopy pants.
Yep.
Rick, what are we doing today?
We're doing Star Wars. We're doing Ewoks, The Battle for Endor. It's on Disney+.
For some reason.
Yeah. So, if you'd like to join along with us at home, it's 3, 2, 1, and go.
So, yeah, it's actually classed as Star Wars Vintage.
Yeah.
Boy, does this look like a fucking indie film from the get-go. Jesus. Well, that's actually reasonably pretty.
Yeah. I'm guessing they're using the same painting that they had from before as the background.
Yeah, very clearly a painting, too.
Yeah. You can see the brushstrokes and everything.
Are we watching Lord of the Rings?
It might as well be. Ewok, Winford Brimley.
Jesus! Well, Warwick Davis, that's a given.
Yeah, of course Warwick could be in there.
He's probably right there, skipping in that Ewok suit.
Yeah.
I just want to say, we don't get to bring it up very often. Fucking Warwick Davis is just such a decent guy.
Yeah, his wife passed away recently as well.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to bring that up because that's just a tragedy, but, 52 is no age.
No, it's not. It's not.
But, just like a genuinely nice person does Warwick come off as.
Yeah, and very tolerant of Carl Pilkington, for the most part.
Yeah, I think he knew that Carl Pilkington is, 1, an idiot, and 2, exaggerates his stupidity for the sake of cameras.
Yeah.
I think people don't really get that about Carl. It's like, yeah, Carl's got some stupid fucking worldviews, but he does make himself purposefully sound stupider for the sake of appearing so on TV.
Yeah, like a lot of the time he would keep that thought to himself if he weren't on camera.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure we've all had stupid thoughts.
I mean, the only reason why so many people potentially know our stupid thoughts is because we fucking talk 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Ewoks can speak English now.
It's not just yub.
Well, goodbye, of course, is actually Old English short term for God be with you.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make a lot of sense in the Star Wars universe.
No, it doesn't. But, everything... They just, translate English into basic.
Oh, Wicket, so it definitely is Warwick then.
Yeah. You didn't see the thing going into his mouth, but he made the noise, so he must have eaten it.
This is true. I could think of something... No, there's nothing less I would want to see than a fucking hour-long movie of Wicket learning how to fucking do basic shit.
Wicket learns maths. Couldn't they have just, wiped the eyes of the costume? Because they look so dusty.
Mm-hmm. Danger, high voltage.
When we touch, and when we kiss.
See, I'd never actually seen the music video for that until like a year ago, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's a bit of a fever dream, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't know if we mentioned this, but the fucking preview image for this had a fucking lich on it.
Yeah. So I think it's these, orc-looking people.
It's like, we can't use Tusken Raiders, they're Tatooine, so we're just going to make them look a bit more terrifying by borrowing the Eddie outfit from Iron Maiden.
Yeah, and just having generic villain race number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can... Oh, look at this CGI!
I don't think it is CGI,
Oh, no,
is
it's like stop motion, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can tell the villains because they're putting people into a bone cage made out of presumably the previous one of their pack beasts.
Yeah. Just to say, man, that fucking actor who just got shot by an arrow earned his paycheck that day.
Well, they set the village on fire.
Yeah, that's our big bad, apparently. Fucking... It does just look like Eddie from fucking Iron Maiden's been teleported to this fucking Star Wars universe.
This is a dog in the background.
I didn't even see. I would love to see an Ewok get suplexed. I'm just saying it.
I mean, at that size, just punt him. What did he just say?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, she's going for it. This is fake Luke Skywalker.
I mean, did you see the guy on the fucking poster? He looked like a fucking cool Han Solo type character. Oh, he's even called Mace.
Look at his face when he went, "Get dead!"
I mean, this guy's surprisingly confident for a young adult.
Yeah, look at that shit-eating grin.
Hey, I'll give you 5 credits if you shoot the kid dragging his mama.
Man, the actor even caught the kid in the Ewok suit when he came back on the rope as well.
Yeah. Look at this toy.
Yep.
Oh, well, Daddy dead. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
So, apparently she's been retconned into being the very first Night Sister. Well, not the very first, but the first one on film.
I mean, she's hot, but I don't know why she's here.
Man, I'm glad he took his mask off, because with the mask on, he looks like a Power Rangers villain.
He still looks pretty Power Ranger villainy.
Okay, he looks like a Power Ranger main villain. Before that, he looked like a Power Ranger minion.
Okay.
That's a Power Ranger statement as well.
Fuck me, yeah.
He's got that fusion core.
Mate, he's on your team and was giving it to you. What the fuck?
Different franchise, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say, calm down, Adam.
Did he just say eat shit?
I was going to say, he just called him a cunt in, like, fucking Huttese.
Eat chuta. Look at this other toy.
This is actually fucking power. What the fuck? Why? What is this? Why is this a thing in Star Wars? We are watching Lord of the Rings with guns. Except I think that's giving this film a bit too much credit.
Yeah, like even like the 80s Lord of the Rings, that was a cartoon. Like, at least it's got a cult following from down to Goblin Town.
You know what? We could actually watch the Russian live action Lord of the Rings, because apparently that's really good.
Okay. I wasn't aware there was one.
Yeah, it was like lost media. It surfaced like 3 years ago on Lord of the Rings memes, and they were like, we want to take the piss out of it, but it's actually pretty decent.
Sweet.
I completely glossed over this dialogue because I'm really not invested in these shitlings.
The Ewoks will help. The Ewoks will help her find Deej, apparently.
As a Skyrim character.
Mm.
I'm going to give the kid actor a little bit of props here. Like, this does feel like a way a child would react in this scenario. It's very believable.
She's doing a lot better than Commander Skywalker. There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
I feel a bit bad for that kid because he got bullied.
Oh, shit. Oh, well.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't take the piss. He got bullied, but he got over it. It was one of those ones.
Fair enough. Like, as soon as the prequels stopped being as vilified thanks to the sequels.
Yeah.
Probably.
These don't even sound like Star Wars blaster sound effects.
It's like they lost the rights to their own sound effects.
Which can't be true, because it was 2 years.
Yeah.
Man, the animal handler on set has earned their payday with how well trained this Raven is.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong, right? She's hot.
She is a bit, yeah.
I can't tell if it's the weird fucking warlock garb or if it's just because she's a sexy older lady who has clearly got that goth vibe going for her.
Yeah, and always got that air of superiority because she's the villain.
I also was incredibly creeped out by the way the fucking main villain was like, "You're a pretty prize," because that's gross.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was the intention. I think that's because we live in 2020 and things are gross now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and things keep getting grosser the longer time goes by and the more it turns out that certain people were fucks.
Yeah. I think this is going to suffer from the same problem as the Super Mario movie, Rick, in that I think this might actually be a decent movie if it wasn't pretending to be Star Wars.
Yeah, just a generic fantasy flick. Like, if it weren't for the lasers and the fact that we know that Ewoks are Star Wars, like, that with crossbows has been okay so far. Okay, they stole the fuel cell from the guy's spaceship. But
yeah, it could still be space opera, just not fucking Star Wars.
yeah.
And when you get too big, we'll just eat you like we were going to do to Princess Leia and Han Solo.
And definitely did to other people before, which is where they got the clothes for Leia from.
It's so fucked! Don't forget, even after that, they fucking removed stormtrooper heads from helmets so they could make some drums.
Yeah, playing bongos on Stormy helmets, yeah. Stuck them on pikes.
Oh, so fucked. I love that. He's going, nah, you're too fat, fuckface.
Yep.
So it's going to be Wicket and the child are going to be the two that can escape, right?
Looks like it. But they
Did
can't
you say
think to
Hitler?
just pull up. I don't think so.
Of course Wicket fit. Wicket's the only one with a fucking name right now. I didn't mean to talk over you, by the way.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's like they can't think to pull up a second board for them all to escape from.
I believe the implication is the first one was loose and they couldn't get any of the others loose.
Okay.
Because they are only Ewoks at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell. Alright, that actually got a rise out of me. That looked pretty good for half a second.
The feet look good. The face still looked like a stop motion panorama. Yeah.
How the fuck did he hear that?
The sun has risen. In that last 2 minutes, the sun has risen. And now it's set again.
And now we're in Barovia.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rick. That took a minute, but...
Like, actually. Although I don't think you probably even see the moon in Barovia.
That's a good question. It might be an element of the story, but it's one of those where I've yet to describe them. Fuck off!
They've got guns. Shoot them.
Well, they're clearly capturing people for a purpose, so maybe they've been told to bring back anyone who escapes alive, but they just countered that by shooting them again, so fuck it, I don't know. Close. What is with these fucking sound effects?
Like with those rocks, you could very much tell they were tiny rocks.
Yeah, don't worry about it, dude. Don't forget, in that one part in the asteroid field, you can see quite clearly a fucking shoe painted like a rock.
Yeah. And here we have another one where it's too thin for the big guys to get through. Oh wait, no, they were hoisted by their own petard.
Yep. You know what? That actually looked really good.
Yeah.
The falling effect.
Smells like shit this way. That means it's something fresh.
I'll give them credit where credit's due. The set design for this cave is very cavey. And then we go back to the painting.
Mm.
Are we in the Black Cauldron?
Might as well be. Another painting down there. Get your shield out and surf down it.
Oh, are we Legolas now?
Yeah.
It's still one of my favourite fucking jokes. It's just like my favourite part of the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, is when J.R.R. Tolkien wrote down, and then Legolas did a 6 slide down the stairs on an Uruk-hai shield while shooting arrows like a boss.
Yep. Legolas did a kickflip.
Hey man, we've played Dark Souls. We know Unga Bunga builds are pretty strong.
Yeah. Well, we also know that arrow builds in Dark Souls are not as well represented as an archer would be. That had to be, fucking hench.
But that's true in all video. In any game that has archery is dex, and I understand why, because you got to aim. But for your arrow to do any damage, you've got to pull a lot of poundage.
Yeah. Like at least Pathfinder acknowledges that strength is the way that you get extra damage.
Mm-hmm. I mean, shit, man. I remember going to the fucking museum, one of the fucking Royal Docks down Portsmouth, and they've got, I forgot the name of the fucking ship. They pulled up one of fucking Henry VIII's boats, and they had a machine to simulate the great bows that some of the workers would have to use, and it's like 200 pounds you have to pull. It's fucking ridiculous.
Jeez.
Yeah, so much so that the bones of the crewmen who would be the bowmen would have massive fucking shoulder bones because of how much muscle they had on them.
Yeah, and they essentially got hairline fractures that needed to be repaired over and over again.
Like, humans are fucking metal in that regard.
Yeah. Yeah, humans will turn themselves into mutants.
I'm sorry, I'm just getting fucking Jason and the Argonauts vibes.
It is a bit.
It's much better when it zooms in and it's just a puppet.
He's got his toothpick.
And yet, I would prefer this to CGI.
Totally.
That looked like CGI. The rock
bit.
throw.
Yeah. I mean, they did have CGI.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. It's just, it wasn't good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, carrying the doll away. Drop it.
Can't drop it, then the plot ends. But then again, we've been watching for 20 odd minutes. When did he make that? Did I fucking blink and miss the process of him making a whole hang glider?
They were making something. I thought they were making a tent for traveling with, but no, hang glider. He's putting it together with bones and stuff, but I didn't know there was enough, skin to make the glider a wing.
Fuck it.
He brought an additional rock. 2 rocks.
Oh, I think he attached them to the glider specifically as a bomber. Who could have seen this coming? That wouldn't. Fuck it. It's Star Wars. Fuck it. I'm not going to get into it. It's one of those things where you're like, it shouldn't work that way, and then you're like, I'm watching a fucking movie. Let it go. Let it go.
No, these people are dead.
There's a reason why you don't parachute into forests.
Yeah. It's because you're going at the speed that you're going. It might be slowed down by the parachute, but it's still a lot. And you don't want the speed to be interrupted by a branch that goes right at your heart or in your face. Yeah, they got the license to rent out the redwood forest again.
Is it a redwood forest?
Yeah, I think it's Yosemite National Park.
Yeah, but I don't think this has to be the redwood forest because they're filming kids. Well, and I believe Warwick Davis was still a child during this period of time.
Yeah, it would have been. I think. Yeah, because it was only like 2 years later.
Yeah, because I know he was a kid in Jedi. And it was like 1, he was a kid, and 2, he was a small kid, because of course he was. He's got dwarfism.
Yeah.
And then again, those trees do look tall, but they don't look very thick. But there's no point of reference, so it's hard to tell.
Well, they got a kid inside it. Most trees are not much wider than a person. Oh, fuck me.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck was that? Why did they make it move so fast?
It looks like we have Alf at home or something. Oh, Jesus, it's horrible. It looks worse than the fucking villains. And we're supposed to think it's funny.
Rick, we are not the target audience for this movie. I think you know that.
Give me Jar Jar over this. In small doses.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Jar Jar canonically fucked.
Yep, and Jar Jar is the key to everything.
Listen. I know that's the birth of the Darth Jar Jar theory, but when George Lucas said that, you can quite clearly tell in context he was talking about getting the CG to work.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want to do in this movie, George? We want them to befriend a fucking friendly speed addict. Here's Jojo, the friendly meth head. Give him 2 cigarettes and he'll... Well, we can't do that, it's a kid's movie, but you get the joke I'm making.
Yep.
Did they need to make it move like this?
I'm assuming this is the Chekhov's gun, that this is the thing that's going to save them later with its super speed. It's someone's house. It's,
Well, to be fair, to Wicket houses are built in trees.
Yeah, true enough.
So it kind of makes sense that we wouldn't know what it is. Can I just point out, by the way, until we saw his name in the credits, I didn't know Winford Brimley was an actor.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I only know about the diabetes fucking meme.
Yeah. Diabetes. There's going to be a witch upstairs or something.
I think we're going to meet Winford Brimley. Chamber pot.
Help us find food. Yes, we're just going to go rob a person.
Oh, look at that. They're friends all of a sudden.
Hmm.
What are you calling junk, young child?
I found a spade.
Got over your fucking parents' death real quick, didn't you, kid?
Apparently.
This is clearly a fucking red herring, and that character is not a villain.
Yeah, they've got a red coat on, and red is a hero colour.
Well, it isn't Japan. What you doing in my house? Listen, I would absolutely love if he just took one look at Wicket and went, "Oh, fucking Ewoks."
Well, he pretty much is, pretty much.
Oh no, you hurt my feelings. You can stay. That's how it works in most fucking children's films, doesn't it?
Yeah, he gets shot through the heart. Oh, he called me a meanie. A big meanie.
Wait, hang on. How the fuck is there a human living on fucking Endor anyway?
Well, this is after Return of the Jedi, so...
Yeah, I know, but it seems to be implied that he's been here for a fucking while.
Yeah. Like, as far as I'm aware, Endor was more or less undiscovered before the Empire put a shield generator there.
Well, sorry, the moon of Endor.
Oh, yeah, the moon of Endor, yeah. The Sanctuary Moon. Yeah, it's a detail that just gets forgotten all the time.
Hmm. I like how they're like, we're not even going to fucking leave, we're just going to mope in his garden.
Yeah, you're going to sit on his bench and eat his porridge. Bread. I've used all my ingredients. We might as well eat it. Putting this down his knob. Oh.
No, he's putting in his little bag because he wants to give some to the people he kicked out. That's clearly
Yeah.
what's going to happen. It's porridge. How do you fucking make porridge look good?
Porridge and bread.
Bread that's clearly fucking rock hard.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the first thing he's going to do, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, with his super speed.
It feels like there's some reverse psychology going on here.
It does a bit, don't it?
It's like,
I'm pretty sure he knows that this guy's got super speed.
well, if his plan wasn't to intentionally let that happen, he's a fucking idiot. I'll just put it that way.
Yep. Look at Sindel just putting it up to her mouth and, like, pretending to eat it.
Yeah, because it's made of rocks.
Yeah. I ate it all. Yum.
Yeah, he knows, and he's just letting it slide.
Yep.
I fucking love that way of making fire. I can never get it to work because I'm a bumblefuck idiot, but I do appreciate people who can do that.
Yeah. Just doing it just from friction.
Oh, wicked idiot.
His biscuits are burning. Oh, hug.
And thus the forests of Endor burnt to a crisp. I'm just going to say it, Ewoks are fucking gross.
They are a bit, yeah.
I think I said this during our Return the Jedi fucking watch. Wicked's fucking gross. Ah! I'm 8. I actually don't know how old this kid is. I'm really bad at judging kid ages.
Yeah, it's between the ages of 4 and 23.
Well, 4 and 10. I don't think they're older than 10. I'd be
This would be a really tiny 10-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be surprised if they were double digits.
Yeah. Like, a lot of actors are tiny, because it lets you have a oversized head and face for the purpose of focusing on it.
Okay.
That's how Tom Cruise, who's like an actual midget, is so popular.
Isn't he like 5'4"?
Yeah, which is like proper manlet size for a man.
I didn't realise you had a thing with heights, Rick. I mean, I don't mind shitting on Tom Cruise because he's a crazy fucking psychopath who's part of a cult, but I'm not going to shit on him for how tall he is.
Fair.
I mean, here's a fun one for you, Rick. Wrestlers don't like it when you're taller than them. Is this a dream or is this real?
It's going to be a dream.
Oh, because they had that black and white filter when they woke up, so...
Yeah, it's clearly a dream.
Yeah, you can't see my Tusken Raider stick and my sick Boba Fett moves.
My vintage Boba Fett cosplay.
Oh no, Rick, you made it 10 times better!
Bounders?
I can't tell if Winford Brimley is genuinely fucking tired from lifting a child, or if he's just a really good actor. Like, it really could have been either.
Like, yeah. Like, actually. Are you sharpening my walking stick?
He looks like Bill Oddie gearing up for a fucking investigation on some weird fucking...
Does.
I know there's some birds here in this here forest.
Yeah.
Shit,
I'm going to go fishing. I'm going to go fishing with a stick.
Is Bill Oddie still alive?
I think so.
I also think so, but I could. Something in the back of my mind's telling me he might not be. That's not threatening. There's a castle on Endor. What?
It does look a bit Blackadder 2-ish.
Yeah, Bill Oddie's still with us.
Now, yeah. Yeah, he's still with. I also just googled that.
I don't know why, but I could have sworn I might have heard a fucking news story.
He's 82.
Yeah, no, good earnings.
Yeah.
He's 82 and British, which, you know, us Brits don't live long.
No, we don't. Although the average age has now hit 80.
Cool.
Up from 70 when I was 6.
This is bothering me because they're saying this is the power we search for, but it came off a fucking ship engine.
It's as if they've not... Well, okay, so that's just an engineering diagram.
Was it?
It looked like it.
What I really would have appreciated in this scene is if the witch just went, "Oh, it's really adorable that you think you're in charge here."
Yeah. The rats weren't even meant to be in that shot.
Oh. Those bars were barely in place.
Yeah. I love the idea of, like, with the actors just rattling on the bars for effect and they just come off.
I'm pretty sure that was a joke in a Mickey Mouse cartoon once.
Yeah, and just sheepishly put them back.
Yeah. I've not heard that expression in ages either.
I only ever heard it in the term of the Rugrats show.
Yeah, I don't think it's meant to be a term of... It's one of those weird ones where it's a term of endearment, but while you're mad at them.
Yeah. It's basically saying you little shit. The way that Kiara says it.
Specifically Kiara, eh?
Yeah. Because normally she says it and then immediately starts laughing.
Yeah. Fair enough. Oh, right, yeah, cool. Subtle.
Mm. A flower pie.
I believe they're berries. Like, they pick the flowers with them, but there are berries on them.
Oh yeah, they are. Okay.
Yeah, the red
I thought it
bits
was
were
red. I thought it was red and white flowers, not just red berries with a couple of white flowers.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It did look like flowers, but it's like once they held still for a second. Is that? I think Wicket's outfit's changed. As in the costume Warwick's being forced to wear.
Well, they were going to have more than one, weren't they? Because, like, he's going to have to have, like, damaged one.
Yeah,
with all the running he's been doing.
I do like the trope of crotchety old man becomes dad now. So I guess I'm dad now. Fuck.
This is a lot of slice of life. Hey, the window looks like a TIE fighter window.
Does a bit. Well, Rick, I don't know about you, but I'm dying to see some Star Wars in my Star Wars.
Yeah.
I can't
do it for him.
I was gonna say I can't tell if Teak is a pet or if he is classed as a housemate.
Yeah. Lover.
Teak may or may not pass the Harkness test. We don't know. Because he can clearly communicate with Noah.
Yeah, he can communicate with Noah. He can wear clothes. He understands Noah's language, at least. Or at least the idiosyncrasies of subtlety.
It is actually a good question as to what the fuck this dude does all day.
Yeah, I guess he's just a hunter-gatherer.
Yeah, but yesterday the only thing he did was fucking gather up some beds.
Hmm.
Like, I wouldn't want to have to do this much travelling every day if I had to rely on a walking stick.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, he's the Guardian, and this is the ship they needed the power from.
Yeah. So apparently the other movie is in the same series.
Okay. Well, we can't go backwards. That's the excuse I'm using.
Hmm. Yes, apparently this is often considered a marginal improvement over the first movie.
That's a fucking damning statement if I ever heard one. Oh, Wicket's having fun.
Hmm.
How does it feel, you little bastard? In it, no?
Absolutely. Apparently, part of the dungeon includes props from Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, here's another one. The beasts of burden that the villains use, they're the same blurgs that they use in Mando.
Yeah, they look like they had the same similar shape, except these ones look much bigger. But then again, they were next to Ewoks.
Yeah.
I believe Rick might be looking up trivia facts on IMDb.
I am, because there wasn't a lot happening.
You might spoil the movie! I think your friend's dead, mate.
Hmm.
Oh, he knows. Okay, so this does explain why he's on Endor then.
At least, yeah.
Hmm. Why is this music? Why are they not using Star Wars-esque music? Okay, I guess
they couldn't afford John Williams.
Oh! I mean, that's the excuse for Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, didn't they get John Williams for those as well? But
oh, I don't know. I could have sworn there was at least one movie they didn't get him for. Before the sequels, I mean.
Clone Wars?
Fuck it, I don't know. I mean, you're on the IMDb page. Look at the fucking composer.
Let's take a peek.
Yeah, slap it. That'll work, dickhead.
Peter Bernstein.
So yeah, definitely not John Williams then.
No.
I remember watching a Funhouse bit, which, oh, by the way, rest in peace, Funhouse. That fucking channel shut down.
Yeah, it is.
They They did a bit where they were playing the Harry Potter porn parody game for lols on their channel. Obviously, they didn't show nothing, but it was one of the funniest fucking episodes they've ever done. And one of them was like, at the beginning, it's like, everyone in this work of art... It's a typical porn disclaimer of, everyone in this is over the age of 18, you can't sue me. And then, immediately after clicking yes, that's fine, they immediately played music directly from Harry Potter. And then it's like, you can't sue me, John Williams, all the characters are over 18. And it just cuts to a picture of John Williams going, I don't care, you stole my music. Like, near the end especially, Funhouse was way funnier than Rooster Teeth. To me, at least. It appealed to my sense of humour. I don't think any important lore just dropped over the last, 2 minutes of me talking about Funhouse, but...
No. Although, speaking of Rooster Teeth, I did actually start watching the most recent season of RWBY, which I think is the only thing that Warner Brothers have kept from their shuttering of Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, we had this discussion. They kept that, they kept Genlock for some fucking reason, and they kept all their podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Nothing better in the middle of your epic sci-fi fantasy story than having a child sing a song off-key.
Yeah.
I'm taking the piss. They're singing perfectly fine. Man, Rick, this fucking child is 50 now.
Yeah. Poor kid.
I don't think anyone knows they were in this.
Apparently she got rather bullied.
You know what? It happened to so many kids in the prequel trilogy. It surprises me a bit. The same thing happened to fucking Newt from Alien. Child actors get bullied all the time. It fucking sucks.
Yeah. Well, a teacher of mine bullied one of the kids who was in the Narnia films.
A teacher?
Yeah. He said to her, your mother should have had an abortion.
Yeah, I don't think that teacher should have been a teacher.
Yeah, he got fired for that.
Oh, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that the fucking justice system actually worked.
Yeah. Yeah, so, he's not a teacher no more. He also had Tourette's, so there was that.
Oh, who gives a fuck? Tourette's doesn't make you say that.
No.
Tourette's is a nervous tic. Anyone who says they said something and it was because of their Tourette's, unless it was a nervous tic that they constantly reproduce, they're bullshitting you.
Yeah, and his nervous tic was normally a nasal peth and some twitching.
Yeah, twitching is the most common one. If you see someone who twitches randomly, chances are that's probably what it is. I mean, not always. There's other things that causes twitching, but you know.
Yeah, he wasn't legal to drive, so he used to walk everywhere as well.
This is the fucking depths we've sunk to. We're halfway through this movie. We're talking about fucking Tourette's syndrome.
Yep.
Based on nothing that we're seeing.
Yeah, just based on the Narnia actress.
You didn't even say which one either.
Oh yeah, because there's two girls, isn't there?
And here's the fun thing, Rick. You could tell me which one it was, and I wouldn't know.
Yeah. I know Aslan, and I know one of them's a prick because... Oh, is he dead now? Oh, he's not dead. His arms are moving.
Yeah, Aslan was voiced by...
Oh, he's got a flap for his ass.
Well, if you need to take a shit in the middle of the night... Oh, I hope that is water and not his piss bucket. Danger, danger, high voltage.
When we touch, and when we kiss.
That's the second time we've made that joke.
You'll always get that out of me, it's fine, yeah.
Good to know. I'm mentally filing that away. Never say danger, danger.
High voltage. There was that and the Gay Bar song that were out at around the same time.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I'm not going to sing it because...
Oh, no, I don't want you to. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with it.
But it's the TLDR of it is I want to take you to a gay bar.
Okay. So very cleverly, the witch is singing the same lullaby that the girl was mentioning earlier.
Yeah, by spying on her as a raven, learning it, and now I guess she's a pony now.
This is not what I expected to happen, Rick.
It's a male horse as well.
I don't see no dick.
Oh no, she's there. Hello.
Oh, hello, Galadriel. Is that the same actress but in a different wig? Because it doesn't look like it is.
I don't think it is, no.
Here's my unicorn. Everything
I'll
a
eat my
child
words if it
kid
turns
wants.
out. If it turns out it's just the same actress with a glow up, I'll eat my words. But even then, glow up is subjective because some people like goth mommy.
Well, also, glow up implies that you look better as you age, not fucking...
Ah, yeah, fair enough.
It is. I mean, it's meant to be the same character because she's wearing the same ring, but I think it could be the same woman and she just had a lot of makeup put on her. Because she looked like she had a more angular face when she was in her goth mummy gear.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, so now it's evil because it's a black horse. Look how fucking metal that looked for no reason.
Yeah, like an album cover.
She looks like the Goblin King, but a Goblin King I'd fuck.
Implying you wouldn't fuck David Bowie.
I wouldn't fuck David Bowie as the Goblin King because that wasn't my scene.
Sure.
I'd fuck David Bowie in any of his other fucking personalities, but not the Goblin King.
Most people are the other way round.
That's fair. You know what? Maybe I would fuck the Goblin King. You made me question things that I didn't think I'd ever have to question, Rick, so thanks for that. Have you seen, by the way, the behind the scenes of how they did the fucking juggle trick for the Goblin King? It's so fascinating to me.
I've never actually watched it.
Okay, so he does this thing where he's constantly juggling a single crystal ball but doing some stupid fucking hand tricks with it. And the way they did it is they just had a really good juggler stand behind him and wearing the same gloves and juggle blind.
Oh boy, yeah, that's even better.
So every single time you see David Bowie's Goblin King doing a crystal ball trick, that is a really good juggler doing it without looking.
Sweet.
That blew my fucking mind. And also, that juggler got to press his crotch against David Bowie's ass. And Bowie being Bowie was an absolute sweetheart about it. The behind the scenes things is he's just laughing and chuckling and it's just like, oh, that's adorable. I hate that this witch is number 2.
Yeah, she should clearly be the leader. Maybe she'll, take over at some point. Because she's clearly more powerful. Due to, having powers.
How the fuck has his race existed on Endor and never annihilated the Ewoks before now?
I think they've taken over this castle from someone else who built it, maybe.
I turned them into soup.
Yeah, they've been turned into poo.
I feel sorry for this actor in this outfit because his physical acting is on point, but he's forced to talk like this fucking idiot and it's not being conveyed very well.
He's a good suit actor.
I will summon the Space Marines.
to fail the Emperor.
See, at this point, if I was this woman, who I do not believe has been named yet, I would be immediately thinking, alright, this motherfucker's got to die.
Yeah. It was Agatha all along.
Well then.
Hey, that's coming out soon, isn't it?
Dude,
the Agatha show?
I don't know. The problem is they've not promoted it in any way that I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it was the same with, like, well, okay, the last two came out during and at the end of the actors' strike.
I can't even remember what the last two were.
It was the Secret Wars.
Oh, I didn't watch that because I thought it was the first episode and it was shit.
Yeah, and Loki 2.
Didn't watch that because I thought the end... Well, I watched one episode and again I was like, I'm so fucking bored.
Yeah, it took a while to get back into the Loki idea, but I like Loki 2. It ended okay.
Yeah, but now we all know it's even double moot point because Kang's not coming back. Well,
yeah,
he is, but it's a different actor because Jonathan Majors proved to be a bit of a problem.
Yes, precisely during the airing of that thing as well.
Oh, so they're all just idiots then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about that detail. Yeah. Family, family, family. That's a joke you're not going to get. Ugh.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
The blood moon of Endor. Oh, that's not even the blood moon. Technically, that's the planet.
Yeah, the actual Endor planet, yeah.
Well, at least Noah's going to get some fucking closure if he saves the little girl.
Yeah, and piranhas.
No, acid. Oh. No, yeah, I think you were right. I think he's trying to say bugger, but because he's so American.
No, it did get put in the thing as beggar.
Yeah, but that's because it sounds like beggar.
Yeah.
Don't forget, this didn't get subtitled when it came out. They didn't give a fuck about fucking the
death.
Yeah. In the 80s. They barely care now.
Yeah.
I don't like the way that thing fucking moves. It makes no sense.
It's so unsettling. Hook it on somewhere a little bit better than...
Yeah, so it's actually hooking it around. Oh, what?
Yeah, okay.
That's a dumb plan if they're doing what I think they're doing. That's stupid. Because, like, Wicket can climb. He's an Ewok. They live in trees.
Yeah. You're getting my suit wet. I need the other one. It's all gross.
I didn't think I'd compete in Fort Boyard this way.
Oh man, that's a blast from the past.
I was trying to think of something. I had Crystal Maze in my head, and I was like, that don't quite work. But Fort Boyard, that kind of does.
Yeah, Melinda Messenger. Yeah, in my generation, people only watched it for Melinda Messenger.
He's going to walk past that, you dickheads.
Yeah, but by the same token, apart from them poking their heads up, Ewok special, clonk.
No, he's going in the water, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually pretty clever. Well done, Wicket.
Yeah.
I don't think that was Wilford Brimley's feet.
No, I don't think it was a live actor. I think it might have been a doll. That one looks like he's desperate for a shit. Oh no, they're carrying a stretcher.
Oh, interesting. I thought they were completely fucking shit-faced. This scene is very unlit.
Yeah, it's very grey.
Oh, Rick, we've still got fucking 36 minutes of this bollocks.
At least some of it's credits.
Some of it, I guess.
Man, how many times has that been a positive? At least some of its credits. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. That's the most damning thing I think I've ever said about something.
And and the one that came between this and Jedi was worse, you say?
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Sindel has been vindicated a little bit by history in that young boys are now a little bit more accepting of a female main character.
Okay.
But back in the 80s, they weren't. So it didn't do well because of that, partly.
Rick, this film didn't do well because it's shit.
Well, yeah, that's it.
I think it having a little girl as the lead, I don't think fucking changes that.
Oh, no, absolutely not. But like that was partly why she was bullied, in that they wouldn't accept her as a lead of a Star Wars movie.
Oh, well...
And like we're seeing it again today, which is a bit of a pain.
The thing that bothers me the most is, okay, it doesn't make it acceptable, but kids are always going to bully other kids, because kids are shits. When it's grown-ass adults bullying children, it's like, the fuck's going on, guys?
Yeah, I know, right? Muppet Man. I can't believe I fell for Muppet Man.
What's your name? Vincent. Vincent what? Adultman?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I just love that joke so much, because Bojack keeps going to Princess Carolyn. It's like, you do at least know what my issue with your boyfriend is, right? It's like, yeah, you're jealous because he's a grown adult. It's like, no, he's two children in a trench coat.
Yeah.
And Bojack's the only one who points it out. It shouldn't be as funny as it is.
Is he actually two children?
Yeah.
I know he's one child on the top.
Yeah, he's two children in a trench coat.
Okay.
They're playing that dumb fucking minigame from KOTOR.
Yeah. Pazak.
That's the one, Hazak.
Yeah, Sadak was the original. Pazak is the one in KOTOR, yeah.
Like, they don't let me play in the main lobby anymore because I won too many times, so they think I'm cheating. And it's like, cool, so the only person I can play against is this guy who clearly cheats.
Yep.
The fuck does this mean, Tibek? That discount Worf.
I mean... Oh. Stupid
Okay. I'm bothered that one made me chuckle. I'm a sucker for slapstick.
Yeah. Just waiting for this guy to just fart in Teek's face.
Okay, that's clever, because if you take he's clearly poking him with the card. But anyway,
Yeah.
I get
So
the thing is he's going to see that he's cheating and they're going to start fighting.
Yeah, and that lets him get his
Yeah, it actually looks like a Worf costume that's melted.
Yeah, it does a bit. Worf shot first.
I get a sense that 2 of my guards just died over something really dumb.
I heard the pew-pew inside my house.
It's heartfelt reunion and we're just going to ignore the goth mama in the cage next door.
Well, they are getting the other Ewoks out as well.
Yeah, I know, but they're ignoring the goth woman. She's got in her brain, she's like, if I do a face turn right now, I might get free.
Hmm.
Oh, wow, Wicket's surprisingly nice.
Yeah.
Oh, dick!
Well, now you're cementing that.
Yeah, she's got no choice but to be a villain now. I would not give Wicket the blaster.
No.
To be fair, though, I would be terrified if a bunch of Ewoks burst into the room with guns. I'd be like, oh, fuck, I don't know what to do in this situation.
Just hope you've got more rocks, because apparently rocks are better than guns. That happened to me once, except the kid ran straight into my testicles.
But he didn't shoot you in the foot.
They did, because we were playing Quasar, which is Laser Quest, sorry.
I was going to say, what the fuck is Quasar?
It was the place where Laser Quest was when I was a kid. Man, wasn't Laser Quest good?
It was, except other kids didn't understand the rules.
Yeah, so they kept camping and like super shooting you like multiple times.
Well, it's not even that. It was like, by the way, we're playing in teams, yellow versus blue, and then the guy at the beginning was just like, "There's no teams. This game mode is set for everyone for themselves," which means I kept getting points because I teamed up with some guys and I just kept shooting them in the back.
Yeah. Explosives.
There's no way they were far enough away from that explosion.
No. If it goes through rock, it's going to go through flesh.
It's also the size of it, man. That would have filled up the room on the inside as much as it did on the outside.
Yeah. Oh, you kill one of them and 5 of them fall over.
Shut the fuck up, innit?
Yeah.
He's really good with that, isn't he?
Yeah, first try.
Oh, dickhead shooting us in the bum. That guy looks like he's from Guar. That is something you do tend to do with kids when you're making them go on things. You just give them a tap on the bum and go on, go, quick. You can see the fucking zipper on the back of that one's suit. Fuck. That's why Wicket's got the fucking headdress.
Yeah, because his suit's just as bad, but they need to see it more often. Yeah, that one as well.
Oh no! Oh, you fucked it up, mate. How did he... I was going to say, how could he tell it was Salat just by looking?
Well, he's being told, and that's why he's... Is it fuck?
So Wicket and that one Ewok are just going to have to jump on their own, aren't they? Is that Wicket? I think it's Wicket.
Yeah, because he's got the gun. Oh no, the other one's got the gun.
Well, he's also smaller than all the other Ewoks, and
Yeah.
this one's going to get fucking killed because one good guy has to die.
He's doing his heroic last stand.
That was just a guy going, ah! Oh, why'd they leave that in? Oh, fuck me. Why didn't they just fucking cut down the fucking rope? There you go. Took you long enough, you little shits. Okay, listen, there is multiple of you. At least one of you can make it, surely.
Yeah, but that would... it's like crabs in a bucket. If one's going to fall, they're all going to fall. So he suddenly got a sword.
He did have a sword in the last scene, to be fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
I really don't know why they're making this character look... Right, now, at this point, she should fuck off.
Yeah.
Because it makes no sense for her to stay loyal to these fucks.
Little bastard, he's taken the ring off her so she can't turn back anymore.
See, I know I keep saying that I don't like having sympathetic villains, but it's okay to have a sympathetic villain when they're teamed up with an irredeemable one. And they really did miss a shot with this witch.
Yeah, because all they had to do was let her out, and because she had a reason to betray him.
I like how even the actor was stop motion for that.
Yeah.
How many fucking dudes does this guy have?
Just blowing into telescopes.
Would it be mental if someone started playing fucking Careless Whispers?
Or the Epic Sax Guy song.
Yeah, I've never rated that. I thought it was shit.
I think it's mostly in the charisma of the guy playing it at the time.
Maybe. They've all got horses now. This planet has horses, Rick.
Yeah. Don't know where they got the horse from, because they showed the blurgs before, but...
Like, the only other time we saw a horse was with the... yeah, okay, we did see a horse with the witch, but I've just assumed that was a magic illusion bullshit.
Yeah. If it's the only horse, then sure.
He's got a palisman.
Yeah. Doesn't all. Except it's just a lady.
So again, this is the forest moon of Endor, and yet a lot of not forests.
Yeah, there's mountains, there's plains. I'm assuming there's swamps.
There's a... Hey, no planet can have a single environment. Tell that to Tatooine.
Yep.
Or Camino. Or every other fucking Star Wars planet, because George Lucas kind of sucks when it comes to that.
Yep.
Where are we going? The ice planet Hoth. Oh, I wonder what that's like.
Yep. It's beginning to look a lot like Ice World. Slidey physics everywhere.
I'm so sick of these villains. I don't care. I barely care if the Ewoks escape.
I mean, it's after Return of the Jedi. It's pointless if they do. Like, the Empire's gone. Like, the Ewoks can all die. It doesn't matter.
Alright, I've got to admit, I do find it rather funny that the guy was like, I'm the banner bearer. Oh, the spanner's getting in the way. Fuck. I guess fuck the traps then.
Yeah,
He said he had loads of traps, some most deadlier than the rope one.
I'm guessing so.
Nothing better in warfare than child soldiers. Oh, fuck. I made myself sad thinking about real life shit.
Like, well, at least the Ewoks are, like, well-known. Yeah, they're like well-known warriors that have put down stormtroopers in the past.
Yeah, I know, but they're being led by literally a child soldier because Wicket is a child.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that model is the exact same one you needed, even though it came from a much smaller ship.
Yep.
Then we're fucked. Yeah, okay, cool. So I like that second one was just like, oi, dickhead, you didn't finish cutting it down. Oh, fuck, Rick, I'm actually yawning.
I did as well.
This is meant
Same time.
This is meant to be the epic end of the movie. Rick, there's 20 minutes left. Ah!
Jesus. They're just playing around with the weapons.
Yeah, we've seen this shit. We all watched Jedi.
Yeah. I'll tell you what would be actually cool if they came across some, like, carcass of a dead AT-ST or something.
Yeah, but it's not in the village, though, is it? It's mucking miles away.
Yeah. That's clearly not attached to anything.
I wouldn't worry about it, dude. It's done more egregious shit.
Watch him have forgotten the keys.
I will say it, Rick. This does have George Lucas fucking written all over it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I'm sure that scared a few children back in the day.
I mean, it's just Jurassic Park, isn't it? It's like 2 hours of when you hide your face and then you reveal your face to a baby and go boo, and the baby is scared and amazed because they don't have object permanence yet.
Well, my favourite thing about babies and children in general is when they have a dad who has a beard, and then they shave that beard and the child is freaked out because they're like, who is this stranger? Yeah.
Even better is when they've got an identical twin and the baby doesn't know what to think of it, and when they meet the twin later in life, like when they're like a year old or something.
I told you the story, right, about the fact I've got a brother-in-law who had a twin, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I was so confused when I was at his birthday bash and I walked out of a room and saw him again but wearing a different shirt, and my brain didn't even think to consider that maybe he had a twin, because why would I not know that?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's been so long since I watched Jurassic Park, I actually remember fuck all.
Well, there's the T-Rex, there's Velociraptors, and there's a Dilophosaurus.
Might be
and one big pile of shit.
Might be future review material just based on the fact that I don't remember fuck all.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
weirdly, I've not read the first book, but I have read the second one.
That is weird.
The mostly because I'd seen the movie of the first one. I didn't need to get the story of it.
Yeah, except
the second one,
there is one big change that they do in the movie that they did from the book.
Yeah, John Hammond, because Richard Attenborough was a nice guy and looked all grandfatherly. They turned him into a good guy.
Yeah, but also the hunter guy, the game warden, he survives.
Oh, Gennaro. Oh yeah, Gennaro survives in the book and dies in the film.
Yeah, because hey, guess what? He actually knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, clever girl. I think pretty much everyone dies in the book as well. Like John Hammond, I think dies, but he survives in the film. Ian Malcolm, I think, also dies. And then when the second book comes around, he goes, "Oh yeah, just don't worry about it."
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that, Rick?
Is he starting a fire on this thing's foot?
Yeah. That
no, he's using straw. Actually, okay.
That does appear to be what he's doing. But yeah, like he just zipped, and the zip made no sense. And yeah, we did just speak about fucking Jurassic Park for 5 minutes because we don't care.
Just accelerate them.
So, despite having Warwick Davis, a well-respected little person actor, on standby and acting in this film, they just decided that they dedicate a joke to "ha, small person being angry is funny."
Yeah. Because most of the Ewoks are just normal children, aren't they?
I don't know. I know Warwick Davis was chosen for Wicket because 1, he was a talented child actor, and 2, he was particularly small.
Yeah.
I do appreciate one of the few things George Lucas does well with scripts, and I won't give him much props because he's not the most talented, bless him. He brought us Star Wars, and I always get props for that, but he's not the strongest story writer. Is when he gives directions for made-up bullshit alien languages, he just says, "Say this, but in this language," and they're like, "What does that mean?" Make something up.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a harsh language with lots of K sounds.
And then you got Game of Thrones, where they had fucking proper fucking language majors make up and actually write out a language for Dothraki.
Yep.
I think you could give credit to Tolkien too. The whole reason why Lord of the Rings a big part of why Lord of the Rings exists is he made up a language and went, "This is cool, let's use it."
Yeah, you just actually used Elvish, yeah.
So the evil guys are officially outgunned now. I would not give an Ewok a cannon.
No.
Oh, fuck me, Rick! Laser blast sounds that sound like they're from Star Wars.
Finally, yeah. He dropped a stick in it.
Eat shit, fuckface. You know what? I will always appreciate the trope of evil general is telling his troops to rally while they go, "Fuck this, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
I like how it points to some people trying to aim, and then there's this little fucking fuck that may or may not be a dog, just going, "I don't give a fuck, button mash."
Looks like a telenovela on that screen.
Yeah, I get you. Really, the traps
Strung
haven't
up
come
by his
into
own
play
trap.
at... Well, it's not his trap, is it? It's Noah's, but... How the fuck did they not see him? Because they decided not to look up. That one is looking up!
Hey, mate, you see this?
Like, okay, I understand why they would go up, because they're fucking bubblefuck idiots, but, like, if you're fighting in a battle, why would you bother double-tapping someone who is clearly incapacitated right now? I say, after killing a player literally last night.
Yep. Yeah, apparently Sindel was a bit of a nothing character in the previous movie.
And there was a picture of a child that looked a bit like Sindel in the previous film preview.
Hmm.
We've got just over 10 minutes left. I don't think this film's ending in favour of the bad guys.
Hmm. It's not my child, bitch.
Okay, if this child stabs the guy in the knee, they stole something from this for Bad Batch. Just saying. Credit where credit's due, the child looks genuinely scared there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's secretly a Jedi, Rick. I swear to God, if that's actually what happens, I'll be annoyed. I know I was bitching about not having any Star Wars in Star Wars, but that would be dumb.
Bonk with a stick.
I mean, he did just say he'll fight you for it. I don't know why you bent down to pick it up. Now, I know he's got a staff and not a spear, but spear against sword one-on-one is usually actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah. It depends how sturdy the staff is then, I guess.
It was able to deflect a sword, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, so far.
Although it appears as if the tip's been cut off now. Now, here's a question. Why would the Ewoks not interfere at this point?
Well, partly the reason why you can't shoot into your own troops in Warhammer, in that you're as likely to hit your own guy as the enemy.
Yeah, but they could just dogpile him.
Chuck the doll.
And that's what Great Weapon Master looks like when you do a greedy attack.
Yeah, greedy bonk.
Oh, the Wicket Special. Was that going to turn him into a fucking bird?
Cobber Rock.
Fuck off.
Just drop it, mate.
Like, for real, this doesn't make any sense. So was the witch not really a witch? Was all her power just in this ring?
Apparently.
That's a cool effect, though.
It is. Like, he's like burning from the inside out.
Oh, I think they stole ideas from their own fucking series and the fucking Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Wait, was it Temple of Doom? What was the fucking one? The Ark of the Covenant. That one. What?
Oh, yeah. Last Crusade?
I've never watched Indiana Jones, but I've seen that gif.
Yeah. Okay, so because the ring is inside his stone fist, she can't now get the ring and turn back into a human.
Shame, she was hot.
Yeah.
That's the only thing she had going for her, because it turns out she was an evil bastard. Like, no chance of a face turn, which is a shame. I drown in those goth mummy milkers. I'm making these jokes, but she didn't even have like massive. She wasn't even overly sexualized. It's just her breastplate had breasts.
Yes, which is a terrible idea, by the way.
Yeah, iron ball tortoise.
Yeah, you just hit them right in the sternum, and they're dead.
And then this gormless fuck is just looking back. Rick, I'm not going to make the joke, but I'm looking at his hair.
Yeah, it looks a lot like me, doesn't it?
I'm sorry.
It looks like Greg.
Greg? Oh,
Greg
shit.
Universe.
Yeah, after he had his hair cut in Future.
Yeah.
Which I think I made the same joke about the hairline then as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
I wouldn't even mind if had a Vegeta, like, Widow's Peak, but it's just going.
Don't worry, man. At one point you can, at some point you'll be able to do the fucking old, fucking monk look.
Oh, yeah, top knot.
No.
Samurai. Yeah, I'll do the samurai.
I wasn't
Shave the top off and just...
No, I'm talking fucking Friar Tuck, that fucking... that style.
Oh, yeah. You just got the toilet seat.
Oh, at least someone liked my joke.
Man, when it comes to a toilet seat, I'm like... When I can't have any hair anymore, yeah, I'm not going to keep hold of it, like...
Hey man, I saw your Eggman cosplay. Like, you actually look decent with a bald head. Like, I mean that as a compliment.
I've still got that mustache, by the way. It's attached to a bottle in my bathroom.
That's not what I expected to hear.
I put the mustache wouldn't stick to my face anymore, but it sticks to the bottle quite handily. And so I keep that bottle, and it's in my bathroom as a way of, do not drink water from this bottle. It's just here to pour water down the toilet.
Well then.
Because would you trust a bottle with a mustache?
No, I guess. Like, the little fucking weird creature that's not an Ewok is pretending to be upset. But like, there was
and also staying here.
Yeah, there's
not going to space.
There was no reason why he couldn't go.
Yeah, he just chose not to.
He wants to live with the Ewoks and bang an Ewok princess, I guess.
Yeah. You create some Lightspeed Ewok babies.
Gotta appreciate, by the way, the little trick of, like, let's make this character look sad by splashing some water in their eyes.
Yeah. And making them look down.
Rick, what ship is that?
Yeah, it's unique to this, apparently.
Yeah, the reason why I'm not doing that to be a dick, by the way, guys. Rick likes the starfighter porn in Star Wars. Therefore, I assumed he might know.
I do like the ship's design, though.
It's fine.
It just looks like a big A-wing. Now, Kith.
Wow, that's bad. They know it's bad if they cut to credits like that.
Yeah, they cut to credits like that, and they didn't even put the Star Wars music of like anything in there.
Rick, this didn't get a title crawl.
No, it didn't. It just got Lucasfilm Presents or something.
That's why I think my first words were, "Oh, Rick, this looks like an indie fucking film."
Yeah, the one before it had a narrator.
I can't imagine that would benefit this.
No.
We're just looking at the names. I'm just for shame. Here's the thing. I was going to say for shame, all of you, but like makeup, hair, and script supervisor, shame on you. But you know,
yeah.
I'm sure the sandwiches were great. Pat Pending.
Pat Pending. Patent pending.
And hey,
what a great name.
Set construction. It didn't fit Star Wars, but you did your job.
Yeah, true. Painter. We could tell when it was painted, but, you know, it looked good. It's just it was obvious that it was a painting.
This film
First aid for when the Ewoks ran into each other and needed a concussion.
But apparently you couldn't fucking see out those things.
Yeah, no. The miniature photography. Those tended not to look very good.
Well, it depends, really. It's hard to... Yeah. I don't know, the ship was fine.
Sure, yeah, the ship was fine, yeah.
We only saw it for about a minute, but, when it was in flight. Audio engineers, how did you fuck up the Star Wars laser blaster noise so many times?
Yeah, you've got it on file.
Unless, of course, that was a purposeful design choice because these weren't typical blasters, but even then, I'd argue why the fuck wouldn't you try and make this sound more like Star Wars?
Yeah.
My Star by Jeff Moss. I don't know what that was.
I think that might have been the song that Sindel sang and then the witch sang after having heard it from her.
Fair enough. Stop motion, guys. You did fine.
Yeah, that was charming.
Yeah. Like, you had to work with what you had to work with. I think you could have benefited from a few more frames for each movement, but I imagine the design, the schedule for this was perhaps tight.
Yeah. Man, okay, this was apparently meant to be set before Return of the Jedi.
Fuck off.
I know, right?
Good job, The Lion and Sharon Lewis. Your horses and Raven were great. And hey, Carol Stryken as Terak. I really liked your visual acting. But
that was good.
It's a shame you were forced to talk the way you were forced to talk like.
Yeah.
I like that. Michael Pritchard and Johnny Rice Muller Jr. were card player 1 and 2. Oh, and hey, they got a list of all the Ewoks. Irving Sybil Jr. That's a name.
Yeah. So, Sian Phillips, the lady who was the witch, she's still kicking around.
Hey, what's she look
90.
like now? Oh, well, she probably still looks fine.
She looks like a
90-year-old woman.
Maybe 70. Like, she looks good for her age, or at least what I can see.
Rick, you know what I'm like. Don't... Let's not go down this road. You won't like where it ends.
Yeah.
The persons in this film are fictional. Thank fuck, because it was shit. I always love when they say this is fictional when it was set in fucking made-up space place.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of the episode. Apparently the only other language to get a dub was Poland. Sorry, Poland.
Yeah, apologies to that.
Oh, I don't know why we're saying sorry. We're not responsible for this shit.
No.
Rick, I'm sure I don't have to ask, but what did you think?
It was a bit shit.
Here's the thing, guys. We knew going into this it was going to be shit. My first words to Rick today when he logged into the call so we could make our episode was, Rick, this looks shit.
Yes, exactly. And my first response was, shall we skip it? And you went, no.
Well, here's the thing, is whenever we skip things, it's annoying because we have to find a new thing. And I was like, this looks better than the 1984 one.
Yeah, true. Which both of them filmed after Return of the Jedi in 1983.
Yep.
But I don't know why they decided to say that it was set before it.
But it's
because, Wicket definitely cannot talk in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, Wicket can't talk, and 2, they instantly assume human-like beings need to be killed and eaten. Now, you could also assume that this is perhaps because the Empire's been on the moon before, but they appear to not actually be fighting the Empire until Luke and co show up.
Yeah.
That is to say, this was a terrible decision.
Yeah. It was not great. How about you? What would you think?
I think if you took the Star Wars name off this and made it not a Star Wars movie, it would be perhaps like a underground, maybe not cult hit, but I don't think it would be forgotten and buried as it is.
Yeah, I feel you.
I almost question Disney's decision to put it on the fucking network, other than the fact that they own it and someone might pay $9.99 for the curiosity.
Well, it's similar to what you said about, what we were talking about with Nintendo earlier, that if if something becomes essentially lost media, then there's no is victimless if it gets taken, re-uploaded, and watched without any money. But so it's one of those where, because Disney can now control the metric by which people watch this, then it's better for them to have it on a platform than not.
I would agree with you. However, Disney are fucks, and there are so many cartoons that they do not have on Disney Plus, which they own.
Yeah, and also they have taken things off, like, wasn't Willow on here?
Yeah, I believe that was to do with the actors' strike.
Yeah, so they removed Willow from the universe despite having completed it.
Yeah, they kept the old film starring Warwick Davis, but they took out the series, and they pushed that series heavily. They were advertising it hard. So much so we were considering watching it at one point.
Yeah, and then now it's gone.
Yeah. Which, I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, me either. Again, we can speculate that it was the actor strike.
Well, because again, one of the big deals with the actor strike, at least initially, was the fact that residues from streaming content was actors didn't get fuck all, and they wanted at least something, because, you know, they got residues for DVD sales and whatnot. They should get residues for their content being on streaming. But, you know.
Yeah, and then Scarlett Johansson, obviously, with the fallout with Disney, that they decided to interpret the contract differently.
Yeah, they tried to screw over Scarlett Johansson, and the problem is that Scarlett Johansson is Scarlett fucking Johansson, so she had the name and the funds to take Disney to fucking court over it, and it was important that she did that. She said many times during that thing, this isn't about me. It involves me, but it's not about me. She needed to set a precedent for other actors who perhaps do not have the means to stick up for themselves.
Yeah, totally.
At least that was my understanding. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, but that was my takeaway.
Yeah, totally. That's also my thoughts on the issue.
Yeah, you always got to be careful when it comes to these things, because the big businesses will always have the media in their pocket, and
totally,
the media will spin it as, look at this selfish person doing this, trying to, like, I think they even tried to spin it in the media at one point as like she's doing this when her other actors don't just, you know, accept it, and it's like other actors accept it because they don't have a fucking choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I digress. This wasn't a good movie. I wouldn't recommend watching it unless it's with our commentary. Rick, do you somehow have a favourite moment?
Here's the thing, I struggle. Like, no.
Well then.
Like, that's the problem. Like, there was... I was really, really trying to comb through it for something that I could make into a favourite moment, but I really kind of couldn't. So I think that's probably also going to be my weakest link. So, how about you? Did you have a favourite moment?
Yeah, I don't want to give this no favourite moment because, honestly, it's not the worst thing we've watched. I think it just doesn't help the fact that it's movie length, so it feels like an eternity.
Yeah, like, basically the whole lot was subpar. Nothing was so bad that it was unwatchable, but none of it was good.
I even said it, if it wasn't called Star Wars, I think people would be like, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's fine.
I mean, you brought up the parallel of the Mario movie, and this was also done by written essentially by a pair of people. I think they were brothers this time.
Weird, because George Lucas's name is slapped on the front.
Yeah, so it's a story by George Lucas, and then everything was adapted from that.
Dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, my favourite moment was Goth Mummy Witch turning up because she's a Goth Mummy Witch, and I was immediately smitten.
Sure.
Rick, weakest link.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it was just so devoid of things to pick out as good. I'd say the villains being completely zero-dimensional, completely stupid, and just not compelling. And actually, no. No. Until I found out by reading that this is set before Return of the Jedi, I had absolutely zero investments in any of the Ewoks surviving, because I assumed it was after Return of the Jedi, after which the Ewoks don't matter. So, like, the story basically had no stakes.
Yeah, who got killed off in this film? The kid...
all of Sindel's family.
Yeah, we think. We didn't actually see the teenager get killed, but it's...
No, yeah, they all die, because apparently the bracelets are linked to each other, and when the lights go out, that means they're dead.
That was not explained.
No. Apparently it was explained in the previous movie, but then it showed up here and they all died.
That's a fucking cop-out way of being like, here's people dying, but we don't want to show it because we want to keep it a PG.
Yeah. Which does mean that Mace, who is also a teenager, did get killed by them.
Fair enough. The annoying thing is he was alarmingly competent.
For that one, yeah. Apparently he was a massive pain in the dick in the previous movie.
Not much. We're not going to watch the previous movie, guys. Let's put it that way.
No. But yeah, that was your favourite moment.
No, that was your weakest link.
That was my weakest link. Oh, sorry, my bad. So yeah, what was your weakest link?
This is a fucking shambles, Rick. Oh, so befitting this movie. My weakest link is, I must have said it about 3 times. Boy, I wish there was some Star Wars in my Star Wars movie.
Oh boy, yeah, absolutely. Like anything other than like a couple of blasters and a ship at the end and at the beginning. Like I guess Mace was kind of wearing the same kind of orange that a Rebel pilot wears, and that's pretty much where it ended. It was a Star Wars sandwich.
Yeah, like the sound effects from the ship at the end with the lasers sounded like ship laser sound effects from Star Wars. Everything. How hard would I know? Again, I assume it was like a purposeful design decision to not give the blasters typical blaster sound effects because it's meant to be ramshackle bullshit, I guess. But
yeah,
like fuck me, I get it. Like I did. At the end, I was joking about like he's secretly a Jedi Master. That would have sucked. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I wanted. I just more Star Wars than this. Like fuck me, there was magic before this movie. There was no magic in Star Wars unless you count the Force as magic, but I fucking don't.
Yeah, like Night Sister sorcery was not a thing until like later, and she gets retconned into being a Night Sister in the future. So she's like canonically the first one that we see on screen.
But it's also like she wasn't just demonstrating magic. There was a ring that happened to be magic, which makes even less fucking sense.
Yeah, she did magic only with the ring, and a little bit of, flipping of the cape when she wanted to change form from white to black.
Yeah, it didn't feel like Star Wars. It barely felt like sci-fi. It felt more like a fantasy movie.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the entire point, though, is that Star Wars was always kind of meant to be space fantasy.
Yeah, but Star Wars is a space opera.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. It's fundamentally sci-fi. There's nothing wrong with, like, having, like, I've forgotten the name of it. Fuck. Firefly is a space western.
Yeah.
But this was just, it felt like fantasy that happened to have Star Wars tacked onto it because they're like, fuck it, let's pretend it's Star Wars. The main guy had a sword!
Yeah. The villain had a sword and was fighting with a sword, not with a gun.
Fighting a guy with a stick!
Yeah. And he lost because he got a rock thrown at him.
Oh, fuck me, this wasn't good. For shame, everyone who wrote for this. For fucking shame. No one at any point thought, hey, does this Star Wars feel like it's missing something? What do you think is missing? Star Wars?
Yep.
Again, you don't need Jedi to make it a Star Wars movie, but you need fucking more than this.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, MVP.
I'm gonna give it to Wilford Brimley because even though he only showed up halfway through the film, he basically grounded most of the movie into, an actual actor doing well,
I'm sorry.
And just carrying what the plot became from then on.
I was going to say, rather depressingly, it just dawned on me that we didn't actually get to the plot until halfway through the movie.
Yeah, and like the middle third of the movie was just slice of life with Wilford Brimley.
Yeah, we needed to establish why this stranger gave a fuck about Sindri and Wicket.
Yeah. So yeah, who's going to be your MVP?
My MVP is going to be Wicket because it's the closest thing we had to, a connection to Star Wars.
Yeah.
And a slight nod as well to Warwick Davis because I know I'm biased a bit because I think the chap isn't just a genuinely nice person, but this was one of his earliest acting roles, and
yeah, absolutely.
Granted, he was in a little suit and you couldn't tell it was Warwick Davis unless you knew it was Warwick Davis, but like he acted like an Ewok. Like I didn't at one point, even the other Ewok actors, I never thought they were people in suits apart from the fact you could see half the zips.
Yeah.
They acted like little Ewok creatures.
They still kind of keep in character and create the fantasy of these creatures being a like an actual species, an actual society.
Yeah. You worded it a bit more succinctly than I did, but that's pretty much the crux of it. I thought I was looking at Ewoks, not people in suits.
Yeah.
And obviously we had the most exposure to Wicket, therefore Wicket/Warwick Davis gets it from me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that does it. That's our first episode of This Is the Me. And join us again next week for more space stuff. Oh shit.
Bye everybody.
Fuck. No, sorry.
Shit, yeah.
Comment section down below if you want to talk to us. Let us know what you thought and suggestions for future episodes. Alternatively, you can send us an email at
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Okay, bye guys. See you next week for realsies this time.
Ta-ra.